looks like a honorable Kennedy Ohene Agyapong yet Tete rumors bini ade MPP 4% or more spelling no the free party ni mu aye rumors ebisi no kreni ade. But then the foundation of this whole issue has to do with nsemo aye Tete say honorable Kennedy Agyapong the disciplinary committee ekua sebe wo NPP amanyuko ni mu a eba na tenetene ye twetwe aso ye tenase ye bobo wunsem ho ahwese asemo a sebe ye de aba no udifo anade bimo ho no ye kiremu di ana chese committee atonsa afre yera Kennedy Agyapong severally amene wo kase ide waye na adwene se da oda enya de obekọ na yedwedwe mu nu na chese ya yese ne mpre nan so nie de toso nan a the disciplinary committee atonsa afre Kennedy Agyapong so omra na ne nsemo ana se nsemo amanfo abono te se docket paade abeto no no omeyi ne ho ano omra ne emetoto nano no yera kense onkonne enkochina na se empanifo moda party ano efre se bra na se wonkọ a na se party no either say what person you who film and as person ye sanction one as party no omu you film because ye suspend wa emfa hwema why say wonkọ nye kwa na wonkọ and na ma for be say from the look of things and ye say yera ken dachi da bia ana hu bi koso say party no mpanifo ayo madwen so mu unifi party ni mesanse or how mo now ensem when afa Afari hospital ensem anano eba yera ken koka bi se MPP for na mo modene president former president na dankwa nyina eka ho bi na on your screen so we say ensem ne bo say Kennedy Agyapong snubs NPP disciplinary committee for 4th time report na senti ye ba ne say empre 9 say the medical canon no e na panimfo afre Kennedy sebra ensem bebre petition bebre aba be you ho ano o se me twa mo abokra nya de ameba Ken Agyapong snubs NPP disciplinary committee for 4th time enti say ne de bebia media outlet ahodo na na ebo ensem ne mu daro se Ken ware ataso se woni NPP amanyuko no mu disciplinary committee no any party no mu national executive committee ne be super because we know waga's all Monday na nya ade obeba. Now for the 4th time in a matter of weeks a letter from the new Patriotic Party's National Disciplinary Committee to Kennedy Ohene Agyapong has gone unanswered. Peace FM Online has guarded enti na chese se ne de enti yo mo nso matumi aboabo no ne chese empre nan so ene African a wo se me muamo tina Kennedy Ohene Agyapong, the former Asin Central MP whose fiery criticisms of the party's leadership set off this entire process has declined to appear before the committee tasked with investigating petitions against him. And to muchemwa, the namso Emma, the former Asin Central MP, no, edina babe drew baby edro, no, said the mekanye no, sembia waka edifa party ne ho, no obo party nechi, nano, minority for Kogu Afari military hospital, wasante memu se NDC for aba, and mumie hospital near the yera ken, ekoka say, NPP for wo ho ankasa no 8 years o mobile e de no mutimi ye e de fa sa Afari military hospital no enti ene ya wo mo trip tonton sign ne ade so wo mo ene NDC fo anya no ono de wa be ka no kre now we shemu a wo say investigating investigation petitions against the leaving party elders waiting and the process at a standstill and they say empanimfo gusu wa atwen mu o mo twen ken so be ba ken so na adwen say onko report says the former presidential aspirant has instructed his own office not to receive any correspondence from the party at all, and that he has vowed never to sit before the committee. His camp is yet to deny such allegations. In Jemwa, wasanso kra de kokobo ama eye ne office no dwumayfo say he munnim na se MPP mpanimfo na disciplinary committee for the krata ba na moje krata na maso be hye no de waka ne ho ntam se enya de a obebo hu so akotena committee nanim so mo metoto na no enne de bi da enye yi. Mr. Agyapong had previously walked into the party headquarters in a convoy of vehicles to answer the same committee over his infamous showdown comment and left having accepted a caution. And the Ken Ankasa no one disciplinary committee 5 and 6. Saravobe Kaya couple of years ago ebra na omo primaries that time the crowd na era lanche maintain party no emu Emma Kennedy ekoka so obema showdown central region na enya asem ketwa no ye to nsa friend no ma ne call disciplinary committee ho okoye koyiyi ne ho ano ne ade ye bo ne kokko nti kokko ne ye de bo no de ato ne kukum nti so obesa ko obiem dia ene Emma so ne Emma so china now say Mr. Agyapong had previously walked into the party headquarters in a convoy of vehicles to answer the same committee over his infamous showdown comment and left having accepted a caution. However, this time there will be no convoys and he may not appear before the committee at all. Some party members believe. Into omuchemu dia say no Ken Agyapong say no enya dia Woko party committee be anim akoye he's not taking any convoy or anything bia say or court said the previous one omuto nsa friend na omuhu say ono Ken no wakwa akosi committee nenim ama omototo na no busebusa nensem this time around no onko bebia. The committee chaired by former roads minister Kwesi Amoakwata was handed the matter on June 25th after the National Executive Committee and National Council received 11 petitions against Mr. Agyapong, including several from the party's diaspora branches. And to omuchemu dia na assembly nyina no esi the former roads minister Ira Kwesi Amoakwata ne na so 25th June ni mu ho baby and ansem we kodru ne na ya echemu a petition bako nkof enipa dodo o matro krata akoma the disciplinary committee no be 11 a dodo na efri party no ne nkrabata wa amanone eno mu de krata we akwakoma mpanimfo se honorable Ken de nyema wo keka de for party ni ho no egu party ni hu fin egu se enye kra as a real party member and a dedicated party member no ensem wo hon timi nkogina petemu ni nipemu enkoka enfengu party no enimase eno na amase say no wo mo se yemfreken na yentoto na no a yera Ken so chiremu say mon forget me makase me ma no enya de ameba enti eno na ebinum so chese se Ken se o ma de a na say the likelihood of Honorable Kennedy Agyapong see ebe pamo no e de fi party ni mu no very high because you can't disobey the party mpanimfo ne sa na hofa ho eni. It was given 2 weeks to investigate and report. Those 2 weeks have long passed. 4 invitations have been issued, 4 have been ignored. Enti echemwa invitation bako ekro ebie na basa anan eno omode akwakoma Kennedy Agyapong a sa invitation enan ni nyina no wa boagu on to ni nine enko emu bako kra. Some party members are questioning what happens when a party's most outspoken and voice refuses to speak where it matters most. That answer now rests with the National Council, which must decide what to do in the coming days if Kennedy Agyapong refuses to appear before them. And to muchemo as say no, when you can be just said nano yet nano dining ewa manyoko ni muno. Who about assembly a friend no person or chile party when say party no mensuma bremu mensuma some many moon for gone where the days the sacrifices are my ediama party and to say a nay mazamo pamo me there and you won't forget about it in there dear pa and a party penifon so edibeye yera Kennedy Agyapong o me dinosaur because of a year near maybe a wire party no and now say Emrano party ni mum running shisheye ebe taking in due course, which may be Kennedy being expelled from the new Patriotic Party. At this point in the day, ebinimu chemwa anka for the sake of a good precedence. Say and send a hopapa edia to wontino. Honorable Kennedy Agyapong onko na unko defending who say and send me a honor was okoyi ano. Onko yi ano said the ya eme ya de bi ebeda ho a adafofro obi nso be bibibo ne ebeka so onko no nso enko but ni nyina mu no others have made reference to Kwame Bafo Abronye omo jem say Abronye etna online so edidi nkonfo bebre atem Kennedy Agyapong wodidi na tem eni ade bebre Abronye kra no ye ka so wonko discipline committee kra ye hu so wokoe wanko obi anya ne hwe enti de enti na Kennedy Agyapong de ne de as a more world campus, I don't know if someone who Kennedy as a threat to the party o said denyo because abronya etimi imitated the same thing. Na ene abronya still calls himself as a party member to think say even primary so moye ne nanzinye kra wasen winia in a comfortable leader. What are you trying to tell us? And then munya Honorable Kennedy Agyapong and to say abronya edien will be settled rightly no Ken de ne de mobia emfa nani enkosi Kennedy Agyapong tit for tat munya Ken na onya ne ho. But at this point, you know, some are questioning the leadership of the new Patriotic Party. Say, are they being diligent in their dealings with their members? San said, "Yomo yeno." And na ebema grassroots for no so any omumujidie na omakoso a supporte NPP amanyuko. So we are still looking forward. Yedi nsem keenly and closely say asad now omoma adien issue no 2 weeks. Not 2 weeks upon one Ken so I can in terms say enyade obekono. What is the next step? And I said the way forward party nimo empany for any disciplinary committee no wo be take against Honorable Ken. The bebe bia no abusia ye de emunsem ebeba be ma aye ahwefo. Now moving on from Kennedy NPP and sensem ehuno ye be kwa kopie mu ewo Ejisu abusia na unfortunate incident esi ewe Ejisu ene se yanum foye a omo de omo ti yan so mbe wiewia nkofo ka they snatch people's car omo fa koti kwanso na ne omo wiom ho ebi the arms etuo ni ade no de sisi nkofo so na omo wiewia nkofo cars ni ade no this car hijacking syndicate no car hijacking syndicate ni bi operation ni bi akọ wrong because entia ba ne se mranti anase ekuo bi a wo mo no omabom ho po ene omutiri mu po se ombekwa kowia taxi driver bi ne car ene ne omatimi a succeeding age car no e de free taxi driver ne ensem na abusia nyame ncha de omuye so omu de car no edwane unfortunately ena car ne konya akwanhia ekọ pemenkrofo bi ne omu ne ma ne ade ma asabe car no omantimi amfa nwane a police for ekopie mu ewo ho na eyewitness no wo ho ebra asem ni see and wo nyina ba wabekasa achechire mu how everything unfolded the car snatcher in question no wakodi a police for nsem yenhwe video wembra
Atakeno or Tracani and or attacking some Facano or Robino. It was Tinia Fernand and what the best say. As for one a can so. To this show, I know who say or more pipe from phone. And or Dimmy can over say mobile money. A continent, many say what coming up police for the hand. Sanity.
And you know, Sabre dear as Tete, that is how the event unfolded. The Koba yena and say Abrantie no ye chema or no and no ye na jene say wakoju obi car. Or they can wie ya, de ko wi ase ane say wo di edwane a went mi amfa nwane a wo de ekopim enkofo eniema e wo kwan ne ho and eventually what is say ye tie mu konfo no e no no ye na dwen say odwane no ba bi okoshe ni ti anye ye e na ma a police for ensa ekoso ni mu a ne di otum Abrantie na so aye so that is the taxi in question na Abrantie ni di dwan we should say the car no e call reverse. Truth be told, enkenipa bebrebe timi prepra ama se bi ebinom kra ahwere omo nkwa looking at how we obi ka na outside the dwane now a torrentement say akwakoto ni dey say eye papa ama bebre ni age say this is how it has to be happening na omanfo mu de omanfo mu nsanye adwuma na omo de eye kwambone so no be wiewia nkofo de te cars no yemfa eniom. Now the aftermath of this issue kwan fa so a police foko pie mu ho ene ade nyina no kwhwe se de ye otumi se obi umbrella nkofo niema ene ade ye ba kwhwe se de bia ye honom ete after the incident no esiye na ye ba the taxi driver in question na car no eye ne dia no ono nso eho nsem ye de bebrem nsemo esiye ewo Ejisu nanu ada chese car snatcher oni wakowie obi car odi dwane a car no akwakonya akwanhiama amanfo ewo ho ensa so ntutumu se mrantie eni ade a wo mu di dwa eton ade ewo Ejisu honom no bebre na no mani abre se abrante wo mo epese wo mo eche no no mo bono because it means say ade a omo tai ewo bro no so I mean people are always involving themselves in things like this. And then ye say when kwa de yetimi ache no BBC esi ama yetimi ache na munya ne ma ne yemmo no and then on person say boys no yo honom no mani abre say they literally wanted to beat this guy up in question wakwakoshim anase wakowia obi ka wodi ejane otumi say no person mo bo ne pa but then it took the timely intervention of the Ghana Police Service wo mo ekopie honom na wo mo ye o magense enya de a sebe wo mbe allow mob attack because edru baby a na civilians ye pese ye taking the laws into our hands na ye bro akromfo because ye chewa obi wa okai ya odie bi akromfo bi di na femu a na is what they hwabufuo ne enwe emotional distress ni na abegusu but Ghana Police Service for bom homodene said they would distract the mob from beating this particular guy because we police only die abrantie edema mob na ewo ho na angame sure say abrantie de ene de enya de a wobetina enkwam now e ba wo say the police for intervening in this particular situation ema abrantie no otimi kodi wo mu akache a omde no akopie mu ewo police station.
I say friend Adam for towing driver bi no we yi.
Ye pia se beko.
Dabi enko.
Beko.
Want to pass here why? Want to pass here. This is why is in the can wo. Want to pass here why? Want to pass here Dabi. Where you camera? Dabi obi o we camera. We you tell him can am on the phone. Na can you see phone na. Phone na be boss be am na we no so. I don't know. You be better phone ma o. Phone na be boss. Can papa momo ye so. Can papa yesi ye bia. Chief, also to me you. Also friend Adam for towing driver bi no we yi.
Ye pia se beko.
Dabi enko.
Beko.
So the intervention of the Ghana Police Service, no, it was a very swift one. Etimi abua ama this innocent taxi driver when insa etimi aka ne car back. Is a very good one. Ghana Police Service for echimo monjo musama for that quick response na buy and because sentesa ene nka robbery and as a car snatcher ya. On the ultimate say it is something that they usually do. Say you know the case na kwa kodi a police for nsem a police for yemu hwehwemu masha say to na no. So this is the guy in question. Wa ha say the wire kulami a ultimate say ye dika bono kra dada ansa na police for no ekọ akọ no e de na akọ omo akacha akototo na no. And for all you know no ebinim kire say abrante say wetimi akọje taxi driver yi car e we je so wodi dwane ne de. Ultimate say this is not the first time what cooperation be to say for all there's a group and kasa because this is not the first time ashefo bekaya Kumawood actress ya na onu nso was in twemu recently nikunu ye che no Sami Jemfini ade there's what mu say asantememu de eba no car hijacking ne car snatching ni ade ya de koso wo ho papa enti what mu say groups ne de edoso they say ya abrante ya chini ebetima ka say most likely ebetimi bisebusa ne nsem atoto na no ade akwakopie mu the entire group they are involved in this because enyo no kwa and for car yi awakoji ke ni beba ye ho so no na ye de kopie ekuro foforo so ye koton na fe ye de sika no akoye omo ankasa de akọ review omo life omo epe but thanks be to Ghana Police Service eno ono ankasa ni ti anye ye na wode car no ekopem nkofo adwadifo na wo ewo ekwan ne ho no ene ma yetimi eche no entemo say there we are hoping say a police for betimi aye nhwemu ntem na asotwe bi ewo honom ema abrante we no wo etimi e de amano because Ghana for the security of Ghanaians is equally important. Now back to Trica abrante ne ho nsem abeto dwam no ka say yede no akopie mu US if afa romance scam $8 million romance scam ho echim say ma me form penimfo na oye obi wo mo ene ade agigi wo musika in case we dey obi a enim now update eba na very very crucial Trica ewo Ghana no na owo enamfofo a set of friends na oni wo mo ewroli ewo krom hanum say abebre ebi mo ha ne enim mo you see their pictures together they are hanging out together ne ade Bako abodam na nsenya ebusiam ne ka say watie sidwom wa roro ne ho ene ade edin a wo bo sese Trica enti nsenya etine Trica so James Abratan said wo kasa na ya so person che say Trica de na kwa akwaje sikedru allegedly enti sese no ebinu kyeremu dia ene Trica ne fate enye nipa baako wa romance scam nipa baako wasanso edu wadamfo akwaje efe ne say money rituals allegedly we ensemo ase ekoso now that is the guy in question we share screens so our pictures da ho no abrante na ye de nkokọ etwa ne wahia no wono ene name no ka say waboda mate si dwoma che say wabon naked ye twe ne bi antwi ye so ne mu bi enso say wate si dwomo anesa edin ba akopɛ ene da na no Trica ama for bebusa question say what is really happening is Trica having a hand in the mental illness of abrante ya oda screens so ana yesha abrante ne tibiemu emra now before that no currently yen name say Trica is already in the states ye prosecuting the case no any ade enti for all you know no he needs the sound mind or debetimi going on with in the case but for this issue to also come up it raises questions about Trica and the finances brand organ and I say Trica there are questions it was no said no timi edisika bundles near there ebegu internet so severally no and ebi say na romance scam and then adam for no so abodama I say are two-sided is it really the romance scam no na provide say sika we nyina dem abrante ya no also case wo internet ne so and as an adam for ya presumably and as allegedly no yesu say wa bodam just few months after Trica being extradited to the United States no is it true is it really true say money rituals no and then this sika neighbor and I say a romance scam no ene na edi sika neba ni nyina abeda nipa ba akofo so na eze otimu say two trouble one god e bi che say it could be true for all you know swedro for there ye to omo nkenye ne those days ana sesakawa baye no uti sakawa penu ati swedro ti swedro penu ati sakawa e de bi chema they won't be surprised say it could be true say Abu Trica na down for you say the wo bubo ni din obi a wabodam na edin ba akopa a obo aye Abu Trica. Why is it still mentioning the name Abu Trica? That is what we are here to unravel. Na yinina yebehu. Enche yebi asumpo na ebusuafo esie Abu Trica ni nuaba. So this coming up no ebe a very big blow to the family. Yenche video.
This is why is in the country. Not to was why. Not to was a David. Chief, also to me, also a friend for towing driver. I appear David, uncle. Not to was there, why? Not to was there. This is why is in the country. Not to was there, why? Not to was a David. Chief, also to me, also a friend for towing driver. I appear David, uncle. Not to was there, why? Not to was there. This is why is in the country. Not to was there, why? Not to was a David.
So there is a fresh update currently about Frederick Kumi, popularly known as Abu Trica. In name says say Aminoka say that he's in the United States after his extradition concerning the romance scam fraud. I ni ama FBI ebora Ghana ebetebiri abranti ede no ekoye. In praying the fresh update eba nature say abranti a woda screens so a wo ben Abu Trica ye de nkoko etwa ne ho ahia no a very good friend of Abu Trica. Ultimately say omo type boil together bra na Abu Trica wo Ghana no they move together. Unfortunately ene abranti aties dwomu a ebusia wabodam ama wawroro ne hunina uhunu kra na ye twe no kra say onkofie bia wo se me mabodam tenya de ameko and it looks like onipa wo gboni din sese pa Abu Trica akwakoye say ebinum believe say Abu Trica has a hand in the madness of this guy. Now yenko share the situation of the guy na yeba yento ansem no so And you know, that is the friend of Abu Trica. Utie video no sound the woman say Abu Trica ne de magio, Abu Trica no de magio ne so just say Abu Trica ene de no akwaje ezikedro ama enei watiasi dwomu a unhu nyina da fam abrante kama as you can see on the screens. If just say what is this guy trying to say? Na so person just say Abu Trica sika na dodo na wo be flonte wo internet no so a you bebre no say we've come to believe say ebia it has something to do with this romance scammer ye de abono a chem say a man penimfo a wo amanone na wodada wo mo send ni sika no another side of the story here but say maybe just maybe it could be about this money ritual thing now na dan for no no eno ne man ni sika ye wo be flonte wo internet ni so nyina na amano abese but it's quite unfortunate say few months after Abu Trica akopie mu the United States, you know, baby edro ni said na downfall eben so ebetie si dwom no obebobo ni din. What is happening? Abu Trica say nenza na brabo no ebetimi a pick it up again na cause ni court case we're dealing with ewa manone ne kra no on dealing wie na back in Ghana here and so yes and so the another case bono about madness of ne friend but in praying someone here and they say Abu Trica say no wetimi a penny game wa mani mu ayedu kakra esan say wa high our lawyers for ewo Ohio a omo ebedi ninsem no echi because they say they were pleading not guilty we tremo akwadu e dey bono no about this romance scam no oni for ewo ho enti say there lawyers for wanya omo no omo file nkrata e dey akwakopie mu ewo court akrata na in question no and they are two screens so de amount now we'll delve into a year and someone about but say they are making notice of a lawyer for from Abu Trica enya say ya oni omo enomo babedi ninsem nechi de amount so let's look into it or say a motion granted for purpose of declaring the matter complex. The court will set new date in this matter at the pressure schedule for August 25th, 2026. Inti Midoka say the 25th of August wachina no Abu Trica wobeko akwa kopie mu court na the new lawyers are one high womo no na womo ebegyina mu akwa kodi nasem no edi amaninti the United States of America plenty versus Frederick Kumi defendant inti wohwemu a Judge John R. Adams ono no wodina mu and a motion to continue to declare matter a complex case and waiver of speedy trial rights. If they say on pesa asem no omutimi born in 10 na case no etimi court because Abu Trica chairman he's not guilty charges are more level against him. Now comes the defendant Frederick Kumi by and through undersigned counsel and respectfully moves this honorable court for an order continuing the trial currently set for June 17th, 2019. Into trial na June 17, 2019. That's when everything the cases started. No, more case ne eso Ohio as say no. Abu Trica, no defendant, and the plaintiff happens to be the United States government. Now, Mr. Kumi was indicted by the grand jury for violation of Title 18 section US.C 1349 conspiracy to commit wire fraud and money laundering conspiracy in violation of 18 USC 19556. It's a chemo Trica per US for Emrano wabu Emrano so Emra wabu so any conspiracy to commit wire fraud and have a money laundering conspiracy. And say wa oni obi aka bomu and omayo madwen say omu eberia anase omeju obi sika through the internet and have a money laundering so ewie ya ni nyina sika semi a ye de abonu enti per the constitution of the United States ne de Trica afom emra. This honorable court scheduled trial for September 8th 2026. The government is providing the defendant with discovery that is both extensive and voluminous. Enti echemu dia nanga 8th September 2026 enti the trial ankasa no ho ene besha, but the motion about the lawyers ni ade ne china enomo file that particular motion 25th, but then 8th September 2026 ekotena na sem no so concerning the conspiracy to commit wire fraud and afin so the money laundering no afi ena case no yeba abedo musuko ankasa. The government is providing the defendant with discovery that is both extensive and voluminous. Yes, it's a binom, and so it will take an extensive review of these materials to properly prepare for the above captioned case. And they say in the omo ejibre na yen krata bia efa case we huno omatimi atena se ahwemu adomu suko aped bebie wasi ehwehwehwemu left right front center back. Everything concerning this case has to be looked through thoroughly. No omatimi aboabo omu hu ye ansa na trial no ebesha ase a etimi ahya ase. Now further, the defendant is in custody of the federal marshals and it is necessary to organize these materials in such a manner to assist in Mr. Kumi's defense. Into the omo person omo kire wo omo motion we mu ne say defendant ne de oda so etwere aban kukumu, but then e was so omutimi boaboa omo hu and making sure say krata bia omo ede kwako defend Trica no krata ni edimu bibia ntosini ewo ho, everything is intact na omo share trials na say they could defend Trica ewo case we eho. The defendant faces a life-changing indictment. His assistance and decision in his defense must be made a thoughtful manner that protects his constitutional rights and respects the authority of this honorable court. Enti lawyers for the omoka kwesi nyina ne say e wo so omutimi bo mo modern say the beya Trica the defendant no ni case a wo kwa face no ade ebetimi asesa na brabo. It could make his life back to how it was, and I say enema besesa e de amano until so in such a way that at some point the ombe bia no omuntia court mbra, and as well as they can protect the fundamental rights of Trica. So this request is not being made for the purpose of delay but in the interest of justice. The USA, Mr. Brian McDonald, recognizes the need for additional time and does not object to said motions. And they say there, a breath and no here, so the beya umbetimi, and they assure mu document ni mu ye na omo ede abua Trica. Now, in somewhere a buy concerning this motion, I have filed for near the adenino. There's a brief video share about this Trica. Ni change in lawyers near there just because of let's say omobetimi aboa no ni case ni just that yes the previous lawyers na no more honom no, they were not delivering as expected, but utimi say dadie bi twa dadie we hu say baby a case na ekeka kono e wo say ono nso utimi hye ne sapomu nso odin na niema bi ebetimi esi na kwan no it doesn't affect his life entirely. Case we emu. So we are hoping say enema beko ye de ama Trica. Now let's move on. Na yenko South Africa. Areho semwa esi South Africa sisi ano na eda screens no eso no. Ose two-time world champion South African boxer Zolani Tete shot dead inti echemu abrantie areho sem onka bi nhye mu wo ho a wo dwene ho ene se enipa bonefo bi akwako boni tuo ama abrante ahwere ne nkwa ya can say all over the globe and most of the international media houses I shall say a report about the sudden demise of Zolani after say a month for and I say nipa bonifo bi to share so ebony too. Now say former world champion boxer Zolani Tete with this is coming from Sky News shot dead outside his home in Tinifie anymore and I just say nipa bonifo yi ekodi ni sa ewo ya. The 38-year-old was killed in his car in Eastern Cape, South Africa. A 27-year-old woman was in the vehicle with him, was shot multiple times and is in the hospital. In the Echemwa, Zolani, 38 years, and Nifi Nimpe, what any care mum, and as I any pabonifwe, ekoto share so ebony toa na abaya wedi infinisia edionunson onunso elteka ni mu bie no nso ye bobo ni toni bia wahwe ono ewo ayaresabia. Now the former world champion boxer Zolani Tete has been shot dead outside his home in South Africa, government officials said. And they say South Africa aban no emu mpanimfo enso aba bonten aba be confirm the news are viral about the sudden demise of Zolani areho. The 38-year-old was killed in his car and a 27-year-old woman who was in the vehicle with him was shot multiple times and is in the hospital at Gaten, Mackenzie, South Africa's report Art and Culture Minister on Friday. And the Sport and Art and Culture Minister or South Africa no also ababe confirm it. Say no cry says Zolani womo aboni tuo with the fear anima abaya no otenin chain no onunso ye boni tuo severally but ono de owo ayaresabia wo je ayareshe. Now police said that Tete was arriving at his house in Madison, Eastern Cape and was and waiting for the gate to open when he was ambushed by two armed suspects wearing balaclaves. And to say the chemwa abrantie na otini sebe we pie a oba ekwako run fie na nipa bonifo yi wo twen se ni fie main gate no ye bebie gate na amana kwako rema. Unfortunately nipa bonifo yi de o ma bom tiri mu po se o mu de o mu kodi boni nti no o mu ko to share ne so e ni fie nanim a o mu ebo ni tuo ma abrantie free mu ya. Police have started an investigation and the motive is unclear. And to me no ka say there police for ashase a wo ye nhwehwemu e de afa ase we na so etiri mu popotia etai se wudi se mu echi de nti a emrantie etimi nya akukuduro ebe omutim poso obi a okowura ne fie o metimi akoto ahye ne so aboni tuo abodi oka ne ho no tuo no they are still trying to figure it out. Tete killing will renew attention on violent crime in South Africa, which continues to have one of the world's highest murder rates despite a recent decline. In South Africa there ebale wudi semu a omotse 5 and 6 brebi etwem no hwe world record mu atim say South Africa has recorded murder cases say ye sheda ebo yetim po say ye koto ahye nkofo so akumomo ayo mu confirm nsem the South Africa for ne kura trophy no but edru baabi no na che say ano abrase kakra say be ye hu so say there all these things that are happening in South Africa no abafem. Unfortunately and say boxer ya wajidin ewini about two office yakokuni ya say ebema amanfo asase aka say South Africa dey humu a and he held world title belt in the WBF flyweight category from 2007 to 2008 and the WBO bantamweight title in 2017 and 2019. Edutimi say abrante no eba no boxing there ono nso aba abegini din kakra ewo ho o share WB flyweight 2007 to 2009 a full 1 year enya agro and afen so WB onimpo de 2 years 2017 to 2019 as Otimi say he has really impacted the boxing game around the globe and yet South Africa nko a nanso ene fofianto ata wato anananom ewonsie do Tete beat Liverpool's Paul Badler in 2015 during a fight at Liverpool's Echo Arena. Enti echemu a woni Liverpool boxer ni din Paul Badler ekosi akan somewhere in 2015 na tese otimi se na nye agro we dey agro ne form pa enso wotimi edi enkunim ewo Echo Arena na enya asem keto so otimi se the impact our living in the boxing hemisphere no is a very great one. People were looking forward because he's a young man, 38. Na brabo when anim I was in cafe na obebo brand crani ade no. And the pabonifoi akokuni yaya. The boxer tested positive for anabolic steroid stanozol and was given a 4-year ban following his fight with Jason Kagham in 2022. Enti na omuchema boxer yi ono a obenya yare bi because of boxing ni enti ye man 4-year ban so e man nkoko ansa he should stay off the boxing arena for some time and then ye all living a life and babonifo as to omo nko ananim tirimipo a tie wo actions ye chi a omakokum abrante yaya. His suspension ended on 29th July and was planning a comeback ahana asem ne won obi a watena fia 4 years say obe healy from the yare na afi de 29th July ye twam e be busumi ba ko ni akire ye as a busumi mienu o say keka koyi oba be boaboa ne ho na afi wasanso akosi ring mu biem akodi akon no and as abre de yakuni yaya. Tete is best remembered internationally for his 11-second knockout of fellow South African Simboniso Goya in Belfast in November 2017, the fastest sportage in the world title fight. Inti adia ye de kind pa 11-second knockout as and to almost start no within 11 seconds na and an opponent no or yama ne kama South Africa and when adia boxing agudie ni mu a obo abrante edin a nipa dodo na de kai no we hoping say anka all back into the boxing game again no oba be deliver or be my a whole new experience because after 4 years outside the arena no share that experiencing in Tokwa only for us to wake up you better say abrante ni fear ni pe we pie oba be run them and as what chance e be bie ni main gate amana akorure mu no enipa bi no mu akoku ni yaya nti aye tete NSS say no a police for South Africa ni omotumi eduedue mu ama omache suspect bi a omususu se sa enipa bonifo semi that is the mother of Zolani no omu enimu bi omasha ase tutu omu ano. We are just hoping say the answers to why they did that no can be just say back ne come back no and akwa trigger all this issue baby obi they see him as a threat to the South African boxing and only impact no is not only limited to South Africa chrono so enkwa international they said in America no sa 11-second knockout with the game of boy no South Africa no kra ade bia okọ ewiase afa na nyina boxing game one boxers for any boxing committees ahodo no they remember him for that magnificent contribution our contributing to boxing. It's quite sad say areho same way atwa we are just hoping say the South African government ebe justice the ama abrante way because a way the a very young guy at this age I free muno areho ye pa. Now before I be sorry and send no so no ye be call the Kantanka family omo akache ne ho na oba kukudufo adwa tupaklina na no onu agina na namo nso kire se mesie mpapa mo ye de mesie mpapa no wakosie ne papa ai na ne nase asori a wo mo no kumase no hu se the flag bearer for the new Patriotic Party era Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia ekopie mu wase a ene na nya sem ketwa na ene adwasafo ne abusuanfo kakra aboma na mo nso akopie mu ewo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia kache omode nase ekomane na ho na wakobiebie nsem bie ni so a wo kire se ne papa the late Apostle Emeritus Kwadwo Safo Kantanka o ma ne ya wo se akon kese papa ena no wo ba be kokon edi nanim no na esu na ono na nya ne wanwa de esi nyina this came out after said Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia editu dwa se no mu nyina ye confused efa yie no ho so omu nko ayie no anase emo omu nko because na the issue surrounding the funeral no na ehu pa but adwasafo nso epese Dr. Mahmood Bawumia ene omomo ho ni ante ase se onu no onim dada sa kunwe be ba sanse ne papa ehye na se ansa na woko eye ne nkrachi enti nsem a wo kyerɛkyerɛ mu ene ma Dr. Mahmood Bawumia no ye be bo hwini akotie nsem a wo keka anye nyina na ye ba nsem foforo wo a ye de ebema mo
Is wo kakra de be foforo na
Your Excellency, Minister Ejisu, Penny, Chairman, Apple, Yamani, I'm after Kunya Isona, Miso Makami Kaka, a Nasian Tinian, and your kind, no corner, they lay in a Cassipa. Now, Your Excellency, me see in a Pesamica, Nene. Yeah, or where they say, Papa, there was a prophecy. Papa can't find yes, see, yeah, and follow the sequence. But I go from Johnson. It will be to send me. Maybe there was a few months, and some of it was not that everyone. But come, Mr. Hapa, you found out. Your father said, I didn't have to pay you okay. Remember many man papa. Because you when you move. I'm not going for any election. The part of the anymore. But when you someone have it here, I'm going to meeting man. One you are. I saw them, they didn't let enough from. I mean, it's great enough from. Just consistently, it could be there was one time Gradiana, we were fake dog, white watching. Now, can't say now near the head series, or can't well be an what's in two so best to be. Now, a real giant upon our face, but one player, no matter where we are. We said, no, when an old boy no cannot not did the algorithm. Now, was about 2 SC. And he never can't be up with see, and I said, or Maya. Or guide him. One of the kind of my Yansa to me little two that you man. Then we just said, to me the kind of my no one Madiana. Send an answer sorry for no, but I'm not there. Your phone put that Dr. Bamia, but Dr. Bamia, that's Papa first born, my catching so dog. Yana ato ntido or no, Obama Bekan is Independence Square. Independence and Drew, who are here, we have a gun mushroom. Yes, it over time. You are very who was listening. Oh, no, that's what, you know, of pressure from friends last year. No, I very man who can't go to so I feel you will be near upon the last one. Also, the Sako trying from the it's a real peel, Master Lady, which was an enough sorry for moon and dog, which and I just sorry now. Push a dome bank with Anna. And it domina a by Independence Square now. Now here in our first sorry, and our first sorry, the crown here. I shanty near environment, no pay. Almost station walk, the station was shanty. Then you come with Pierre more Independence Square. One, I said, without the enemy thinker, or more than memo, but no meaning I know shedding one. I said, I don't go for that when you are forced to tell me. Now, almost to send apostle, I thought he can't be any better name. And so, why am I saying see from? Okay, yes. The story is not today, but with the ice and no good cake, last one last minute now, say to the Canada and the Canada. I mean, me dancing shoes. I mean, I'm not into men. I'm hey, when you pay me, you're buying here, and then it's after for you. You know, you're kind of a system of buying. What's feeling when you're not sorry for no so and young that will buy. You know, I'm only a position for your position bringing again, matrilineal side. Can clarify. Omo ye de be here Patriotic. Me na seven. No famu na Santiago Mammy. Yeah, Patriotic. The customary. Omo na omudechi and I had to consistently anyway for a while, and I don't know we're back now. You're back now. We see. Yes, I mean, we are for matrimony and BC. Yes, I mean, imagine a BC. No, for no miss one. No more this year for any BC. Then if I am not dog, that's it. That's the past 1 million. And chair no religious in one. Dog best walk out women.
Sarah Adjoa Safo and I who say Wakopiemu, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Akache, Eden Nasia Komano, so Wabetin and Nim, Nipa pay ye anymore. Even though one Congo Mamputa, Wako Independence Square, but the presence, Thanksgiving service, National, enough, Ede, and Mano. Now, MP before I shall see Ede Kokobo, Ma Branty and the Ede Ralph, the activist. Abranty, Adeba Quadeba Kaino, Brow, Muya demonstration now. Ukodri chance na ye dey twa cathedral no nkoto mu a woni no focus with me say that is the expensive pit in West Africa ko dware enti ye dey nim say we activist wo pre de ye e dey amaga na mabunu ene mrante na nansentem a the issue with gold board any ade sha ase no e na ye hu say wo kasa editia the minority leader in parliament Osahene Afenyomakins say Afenyomakins oye extortionist says ansem na abeda mountain mo bi e ka Afenyomakins ni no kre any ade na MP before bi no ma ba bontintem say this one cry dey oye small boy Emma Afenyomakins doesn't have to respond to this particular guy but wo mo ankasa and wo mo ne ebesi ani enti wo mo the verbal warning verbal kokobo and wo mo dey Ralph the activist wo hwe here because they war here ne the work kan on internet ne so ni nyina no wo mani edi ekire say ya wo mafi wo mani ase han and wo mu monitor the war here no but after the verbal one no mo dey amanon a next step will be taken aha maninya na.
So I'm giving this RAF opportunity to know that we are monitoring very close. After any RAF time, I will stand for RAF. And we are monitoring very close. You should be careful. You shouldn't think because of NDC is in power, he can misuse that power NDC have. Look, Ghana, yo yodum, mrano showunsa, ohonu ubu say, onyobia. And you should think, say, one be son papa. Diana, ya pam the free. NDC, Rollins pam the papa free. No, ya MC, you know. After your marking, Obian pam. After your marking, so I must say, after your marking, say, Wakwaji Sikabi, every Obi Ho. Our Bank of Ghana. They have Yoko. They have national security. They have police investigation. They should invite after you. They want to divert attention because of now the country is going hard with them. They don't have stand. They lose the trust of the people of Ghanaians. 24-hour market, Ubu market, AC market. Until people have trust with them. So I'm giving RAF very, very verbal warning and strong warning. Who said